Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing podcast with three soccer-loving idiots who don't know when to shut their dumb potty mouths. So listener discretion, yeah, it's pretty much advised.
Welcome, my friends, to the show of friends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapico.
I'm Truman. This is episode 491. We're calling this one. I really want us to say, fuck it, we'll do it live.
There you go. You got to say it. So, rain delay for the Red Bulls U.S. Open Cup match. So we're going to be recording this during the first half of that game. So we'll see what happens. This is also a Jason gets a new laptop edition of the show, which means which means no soundboard. And if you're wondering why I got a new laptop, it's because my old desktop got destroyed in a lightning storm. One with a lightning bolt hit, and there was no delay between the light and the sound. That's how you know how close it was.
Could have had that happen again tonight.
Yeah, thankfully it did not, at least not to the point that it stopped the game. So, all right, let's get into what we've got to talk about. So Red Bull, since we've last spoken, 1-0 loss at Chicago, which is fucking perfect. League's Cup, who fuck cares about that? A surprise 2-1 win over RSL. Do you have the Blue Sky mentions?
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about it from the last game. Our friend Steve Santos said, I swear we can't start home games on a good pace or even get the fans into it in the first half. We are just so poor and boring in the first half of almost all of our games, especially at home. And then our friend Chico, this poor guy, Chico, we just got to get him on the show. This team is killing this man. He said, I could be convinced this season is a producers-esque scam meant to collect insurance money. If you don't know what he's talking about, I mean, you got to watch the producers, I guess, in any version. And I'm going to do this, and Jay doesn't know why.
No, because I am 12 seconds behind, and there we go. That's a dream start for the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny that you just read the message about slow starts in the first half.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that was at home, but that's not necessarily an at-home thing. And sure enough, the Red Bull surprised us with the goal.
I mean, I was going to say, honestly, this team was ready to lose 3-0 at the half with the lineup they brought out here. But color me surprised.
Yeah, I definitely thought they were going to lose with this lineup, but they're just going to give it a fight. That's all that matters in this case, really. Also
catching the keeper a little flat-footed, which is always nice to see.
Yeah. And look at that, Wiki Pomona actually doing something.
Yep. All right. Feeling a little better in this podcast. Just slightly better. Just a little bit.
Well, let's talk about something that's not going to make us feel good. Was that it for the Blue Sky mentions?
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about the ones after the RSL match.
Okay. All right. So, as usual, we do our likes and dislikes. So, and sorry about the cough. I got something going on. I'm going to the doctor next week. I'll try to mute when I can. Truman, you're up first. What you disliked about the last month at this point?
All right, so I don't want to get it too much into Leagues Cup because again I think it's kind of a dumb waste of time, and it's especially a dumb waste of time when you win a game, then you win a game on penalties, you lose one, and you don't even make whatever the next round is because they go by goal differential and scoring goals, and it's fucking stupid. And I feel it's just a way to get the big scoring teams into the next round because that makes it exciting. So fuck defense. I don't know. Leagues Cup is stupid. So just dislike about the last game, like Steven Santos said, slow starts, giving up a goal 3 minutes in at home, not the way you want to start any game. Crucial points at home. Those are must-win games, and you're behind the eight ball right off the top, which it's just a terrible way to start a game.
By the way, I didn't realize that VAR was a thing in Open Cup in the quarterfinals. I thought the VAR wasn't a thing for this tournament, but
I didn't either. VAR we are.
but we're good. We got a goal. I don't know why it took, what was it, like 2 minutes to figure that out?
Don't know.
If only we knew what they were looking at. Anyway, my thoughts. So, did you even do a like? I honestly, because I've been kind of, because I feel like you did and didn't.
No, I'll get you a like. I haven't. That's
Okay.
my dislike.
No, just because you talk about both games, that's why it threw me off. My dislike is, I'll focus on the Chicago match because I know we suck as a road team, but Jesus fucking Christ, really? You lose to Chicago? Like, come on.
It wasn't that game exactly what you thought out of those two teams fighting for like that, like a last playoff spot was just blech soccer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
You know,
this is a term that I'm sure was not used lightly, but Everton, before they got David Moyes back, the term I heard used was terrorist soccer because we just would sit back as much as possible and just hope that good things happen. And I felt like the Chicago game was that from both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's the way it felt to me. All right, likes. Actually, you know what? Well, I'm going to do a second dislike, and that's Choupo-Moting's first penalty kick against RSL. Just bury it. I know you learned and you did the second time, but just bury it the first time. That's all you need to do. All right, something to like, that we actually won one when we looked like we were not going to win at all. Because we both predicted draws, and we were getting to the end of that match. I'm like, fuck, Truman's going to get this right. And then we get the first penalty kick. Like, fuck, now we're just going to lose. That's what it should have been, really.
Yeah.
But then somehow we got lucky and got a win out of that one.
So what I'm going to say in my like, I mean, you did mention Choupo-Moting missing that first one, but my like will be that they gave him a second chance. In that situation, you could have given it to Emil Forsberg to take it. But I like the redemption arc. I like giving Choupo-Moting the second opportunity to put one in. Obviously, a way stronger, penalty for sure. So that was nice to see. I appreciated that he actually got the second bite of the cherry and scored. Speaking of scoring.
Yeah. Of course we give him a fucking free kick goal.
Yep. They held nicely for mere minutes.
That's if that foul doesn't even need to happen, too. That's the worst part. All right. Red Bull giveth, Red Bull taketh away.
Yep.
All right, so afterthoughts. I have to ask this question. What the fuck was going on with VAR in the RSL game? I mean, first off, I don't understand why Kyle Duncan got a red. If on the field it wasn't considered a red. Partly because they didn't really show enough close replays for me to see what was happening.
Right. And they probably more cameras than we're looking at.
Yeah. And I felt like that's a makeup call because if you really thought that was a red-worthy foul, why was it not given before the restart? Why did it take so long for VAR to make that call, for him to go to the monitor to make that call?
I don't know.
And we got really lucky with the penalty kicks, but still. Oh, look, that VAR review only took like 30 seconds.
I know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That was a very clear goal. I'm not saying it wasn't a goal, but Jesus Christ. Like, all right, anyway. You have any other afterthoughts on the last month?
Again, because so much of that was taken up by a tournament that was proven to mean absolutely nothing. Let's just move on from it and pray we never have to talk about it ever again.
So the one thing I do want to say about the Leagues Cup is the format is fucking stupid. Like, I'm not even talking about the result, the format. Right. So you have, like 30-something teams playing in this tournament, and the top 4 from MLS and top 4 from Liga de Mexico. But when you look at how they award points, like the Red Bulls had 6 points, I think, at the end because of it being 1 goal for PK loss and 2 goals for PK win.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but they were tied on points with the team out of Liga MX that advanced. Like, how does that make sense? And if you really want it just to be 4-4, why don't you either make it like an 16 team thing where it's like 8 from each league, or just literally do the best 4-4 and have it just be them. Like,
don't worry, they'll do that next year. If Miami doesn't win this, they'll do that next year. Don't worry.
Yeah, I just don't understand the going through a 2-week span of quote group play and only selecting like roughly 20% of the field.
And again, you won a game, and the only game you lost on penalties, and you won the other game on penalties, and you still don't advance. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's really dumb, and that's why I just don't. It was very hard to care about it at all.
Yeah, and I'm the guy that says too many teams are in the MLS playoffs, but at least in that case, you have 30-something games to prove that you belong where you are in the standings.
Right.
I mean, getting 3 games and just you're bounced because, like you said, you had a PK win and a draw. Like, it makes no sense. Anyway, let's move on because it's never going to make sense. Prediction standings. I'm really sorry about the cough, everybody, by the way. I'm going to the doctor next week, so hopefully they'll figure out what the fuck this is. Truman, you're first with 19 points, no change to you because you didn't predict a single thing right. And neither did I, by the way. But I'm at 11 points. Speaking of the Union, who we are currently playing right now, we will play them again on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Philly will come into that game in MLS play with a record of 15-6-5, 51 points, a plus 19 goal difference. Number 1 in the East and in MLS. Which, by the way, I looked at the standing. I didn't realize San Diego was doing so well. They're second overall in the league. Sorry, I just saw this replay. I think he was off. The Philadelphia player was offside.
No, too close. Too close.
Yeah, I know the whole clear and obvious bit. Anyway,
and don't forget in St. Louis's first year, they were one of the top teams too. So MLS is always weird like that.
Who was coached by Bradley Cardinale, who's now coaching Philadelphia of all teams. By the way, if you now hear meowing in the background, that's my cats, who usually are behind the door, but I'm recording this downstairs so I can watch the game. All right, last 5 in MLS for Philly, 2 wins, a draw, a win, and a draw, so they're on a decent streak in MLS play. Last match against Philly, we lost 2-0 at home in Philly back in July. Predictions. Truman, you're first. What do you predict for Saturday?
Why did they have to make sure that we at some point we were going to play this team in back-to-back games, one in the Open Cup and then one against them in MLS? Because that was the original schedule. We were supposed to play them twice at Subaru Park. So here we are again. This is what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping that Emil Forsberg and Choupo-Moting do not see a single second of this game. I like the Open Cup. I would love for them to advance in the Open Cup. But right now, the playoffs are way more important for the Red Bulls in the regular season. That's where the focus has to be. If they somehow win this game, fantastic. Awesome. But priority number is MLS. So let's talk about that. I mean, they have to beat them at some point, right? At some point, they have to win. I mean, they could barely beat RSL at home, and Philly's the best team in the league.
It's going on close to 6 years at this point.
Right. So, I mean, I guess I'll just keep predicting they'll win a game until they actually do it. But, I mean, it would be a 1-0 win. There's not much else this team can do. They're not scoring a lot despite having 2 extremely talented players. They're not getting Timo Meyer for New Jersey Devil. Timo Werner, they're not getting him. He's not showing up. Yeah, he already turned that down. So,
which
very,
honestly,
very, very
he wasn't the biggest need anyway. So,
right, right, he wouldn't make a huge difference. I don't know if they're getting anybody else on this team. Probably not. It's the Red Bull way to not sign big guys in the middle of the season. But I think a 1-0 win is just me being very hopeful for 3 points at home against Philly and finally beat the streak.
You're a lot more hopeful than I am because I am not predicting a win. Honestly, I think a draw would be lucky at this point. I honestly think we could see a repeat of what happened before, and I think we need to acknowledge the fact that Philly took their foot off the gas a little bit in that game that we lost to nothing, because that very easily could have been like 3 or 4-0 before halftime.
Yep.
I think we'll see. I think we're going to see the same score. I think it's going to be 2-0 loss at home because we just don't have it against this team. I don't know what it's going to take for us to finally turn shit around, but it's not going to be this week. And maybe not even this year. I think last year at this point was a fluke. The playoff run anyway was a fluke. Right?
They got in on the last day.
And realistically, the only reason we got in on the last day is because we had like a decent month or two earlier in the season.
Right.
So we were in position to avoid the playoff round or the play-in rounds as long as we secured the win, which we did. And I got really fucking lucky. We're not to face Miami and some of the better teams in the East. So, yeah. But I don't see us breaking the streak against Philly this weekend. Probably not even against them in the Open Cup. I may be wrong because it's only 22 minutes in, but still.
They're losing this game. Come on now. They're losing. There's no way they're winning this game. They're going to lose this game in some kind of tragic fashion.
Either that or they get a very weird upset. It's one or the other. I say that only because of the rain delay. If it wasn't a rain delay, we just absolutely flat out lose it.
Right.
Did Duncan get a yellow card for that?
I don't believe so.
Wow, we're lucky then. No, there it is. He did get a yellow. All right. So that's it for the MLS match against Philly. New York Red Bulls 2 have not been or had an embarrassing loss 9-2 on the road at Chicago 2.
God.
Yeah. Then a 2-1 win at Columbus 2, followed up by a 2-0 win at home against Philly 2. So their record currently is 13-4-4, 45 points, a +9 goal difference, first in the Eastern Conference. By the way, Google was one of us in Group A, not the MLS Next Pro site. That one actually says Eastern Conference. So, Red Bull 2's next match is Friday night, 5 p.m. They're traveling to take on New England 2. Gotham FC, last match is to be wrong, were 2 draws. First one, 1-1 on the road to Chicago. Then a 0-0 draw at home to the Washington Spirit. Their record is a nice, kind of even 5-5-5. I mean, talk about being 500. Woo! What the fuck did Raheem Edwards do? I look up and all of a sudden I see him getting a yellow card.
Well, he touched someone in the back of the head and the guy's grabbing his face.
I mean, just what you need is your 2 wing backs both being on yellows.
Yeah.
Because he threw his arm out when he got off for the header. If he kept his arm in, it would have been fine. All right, anyway. So, yeah, 5-5-5 record for Gotham FC, 20 points, +6 goal difference, 8th in WSL. Next match is on Sunday, August 17th, 4 p.m., while they will host the Houston Dash. With that, it is time for the F1 update.
Beep bop boop bop.
Yeah.
Beep bop boop box full box. Don't stay out. We're on summer break, so there's nothing really going on right now. Nice little summer break. It will take a miracle for Red Bull to pull some kind of fucking miraculous finish out at this point.
For anybody.
Yuki is lost. McLaren just has the 2 best drivers right now. Both their cars are fantastic. I'm going to say this. I still feel Max Verstappen is the best driver in Formula One. But unfortunately, right now, they don't have the best team. And that's what's going to win a championship from McLaren. Hey, who knows? Maybe the second half, they somehow put, I don't know, nitrous in their car and they somehow win a few races. But, yeah, just got to wait. Break's still going, and they'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and the last match, I think Max would have been closer to the podium if it wasn't for the strategy, right? Because they brought him for that pit stop and put him into traffic.
Yep, and that killed it. That was the end of that.
But let's talk about Norris going most of the way on those set of tires and pulling a first place finish out of thin air for him.
Yep.
And Charles Leclerc just completely fallen off. I mean, it was the car problem, but Jesus Christ, that was like he was doing fine. All of a sudden, it's like just a stone falling in water, where he's just like, nope, you can quickly go down the standings here.
And the worst part is when like the announcers see it. Everyone sees it coming. Like the team sees it, the drivers see it. The announcer's like, yeah, it's just a matter of time.
And even he saw it, right? He was the one complaining first before it actually happens.
Yep, he knew.
Yeah. All right. With that, let's move on to the dumping grounds.
I am the trash man.
All right. So you added this to the dumping grounds, I think.
I added nothing to the dumping grounds, sir. Nothing.
I listed that from last time then. Not sure what to talk about dumping ground wise.
Premier League's back this weekend.
Oh, true.
It's back. They already had the Community Shield game. We got the Premier League. Liverpool kicks off their campaign Friday at home. Great news. Friday is my day off. So I'll be watching that game live at 3 o'clock. You will be opening a brand new stadium. That's going to be exciting. So lots of cool things to see this season in the Premier League.
No, but we're not opening it this weekend.
I'm saying, but this season you're opening a new stadium this season. So very exciting. Nottingham Forest snuck their way into Europa because I guess if said Crystal Palace can't because Lyon's in it. You can't have two teams owned by the same person, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I look forward to this season. I don't know if Liverpool's going to repeat. I mean, they still have a lot of talent, but they said they don't have a lot of depth in the backfield. But I'm excited. They don't repeat, right? They're not Man City, but maybe this is the era where they do. But listen, I'm just excited to be able to watch Saturday, Sunday morning football again.
Of course, Everton's first match is on Monday afternoon when I'm at work.
Oh.
Hey, at least the home opener I will be able to watch live. So that's always important.
Yeah.
NFL is almost back. It's going to be the first week of preseason. Obviously means nothing, but I like what I saw of the Jets for the first few series. They look like they're actually being coached, which is a step up from previous years.
Who wins more games, the Red Bulls or the Jets and Giants combined?
Hold on, I got to see. I forget how many wins we're at right now. So Red Bulls currently have 10 wins with how many matches we play? 26. So we have 8 matches left to play. Let's, for argument's sake, say that they win. Because I'm pretty sure we have more home games or more road games than home games coming up. Let's see, so 9, 11. So we've already played 13 of our. Wait, that can't be right. There's no way we only have one left.
Let's say they win 14 games. Let's give them 14.
Okay, we'll give them 14.
For funsies. Should have scored, by the way.
Do the Jets and Giants both make it to 14? That's a good question.
Well, I mean, that's your thing. You're hoping they both win 7 games.
Yeah. See, I don't know if the Jets could. I feel like the Jets are going to do it. It's going to be like, something's going to happen and nobody expects them to do it. Because I honestly don't think they're going to win more than like 5 or 6. And I don't know where the Giants are at, but you got a rookie quarterback.
Well, they have Russell Wilson, who's going to clearly start the season. They should have a good defense.
Which, funny thing, so last year in Pittsburgh, it was Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, right? Jets now have Justin Fields. You guys have Russell Wilson. Jets' old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is now at Pittsburgh. Like, what the hell is the weirdest?
Big old city swap right there. Big old city swap.
And the Jets play Aaron Rodgers week 1 in New Jersey. So, I honestly, I think you can give even odds that they might tie at 14.
All right.
Although, honestly, I feel like the Rebels aren't going to make 14 either. I feel like we're probably going to be like 12 or 13, which is sad that I think we can only win 2 or 3 games out of 8, but that's just where we're at with this team.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened right now, but Hopefully, Duncan's not picking up another yellow card.
Don't think so. Oh my god!
Anybody that's curious about the timestamp, it was like the 30th minute. Raheem Edwards' head went down under, and then on the free kick, something happened. Oh god, Duncan may get hit with the yellow. Actually, no. If he was, he would have got hit already. But there's no way that's a red card. But you never be the second guy in on a fight. Second guy gets it every time. All right. Anything else for dumping grounds?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then last segment of the show, Truman's terrible team of the week.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to punish Miami for losing 4-1 to Orlando. I guess I'll beat up on the easy thing, and that is the Galaxy. They are horrible, horrible, horrible. They lost at home to Seattle. Mind you, Seattle, a good team, but a very embarrassing home loss, 4-0. That team stinks. It's very upsetting we lost to them in the MLS Cup final.
So upsetting I don't have my soundboard because I'm pretty sure I have that stinks on it. I'm honestly surprised LA has 3 wins.
Yeah. And some teams only have 4. So, I mean, there's some teams that are right there with them.
Which is worse than. Oh, god damn, so fucking close on that goal.
Yep.
All right, anyway. Yeah. How bad did DC, Montreal, and Atlanta have to be to only have one more win in the Galaxy, considering how long the Galaxy went without a win?
Yep.
All right. Is that it?
I believe so.
Okay. Let's wrap this one up then. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month gets you exclusive content whenever we decide to do it. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. On Blue Sky at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Dr. Stooge for myself, at the Truman for Truman. And that was a terrible corner kick just now. What the fuck was that? You go short on it and just never even on goal. Yeah. That was the 35th minute, in case anybody was curious. Subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. You know what? I don't blame Schwartz for subbing out Kyle Duncan right now.
Yeah, got to.
Because dude's going to get himself a red.
Yep.
He's got to learn to control his temper sometimes. All right. Any last words before we wrap this, or before we get out of here?
Last words, you and I are going to watch the rest of this trash. It'll be miserable.
Yeah.
So that's a guarantee for 55 minutes. We're just going to hate life. But on that point, man, it would be a treat. It would be like an early Christmas present. Actually, it would be an early birthday present from me if the Red Bulls actually got their shit together this weekend and won a fucking game.
Sorry, I got distracted by the bug in front of the camera.
I thought it was a hawk.
Yeah, it would be nice for them to get their shit together. Come on, let's give Truman an early birthday present. Get us a win. All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode 491 of the Red Bull Rant. Jesus, what the fuck did I just say? Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls.
See you later.